It started with a routine complaint from the HOA. They had decided to bulldoze a house on my property, claiming it violated neighborhood guidelines. I had been away, and they assumed that my absence meant they could act without consequence. They couldn't have been more wrong. When I returned and saw the heavy machinery at the edge of my land, my first thought was disbelief. Bulldozers were tearing into the foundation, walls collapsing under their immense power. I calmly walked toward the site, surveying the chaos. My attorney was already on the phone, drafting emergency restraining orders and summonses. The workers were unaware they were on my land. The property lines had been clearly documented, and every deed was in my possession. I calmly approached the operator. "Stop immediately," I said. "You are on private property, owned by a federal agent. Any continuation will be considered destruction of property and may result in criminal charges." The operator froze. "Sir, we were instructed by the HOA." I smiled. "Your instructions are illegal. This land belongs to me. You are trespassing." By then, the HOA board had arrived, led by Karen, who was waving papers and trying to assert authority. I calmly displayed my property deeds, survey maps, and federal documentation. Every inch of the property they attempted to bulldoze was legally mine. Their authority was null and void. Karen sputtered, "But the HOA..." I interrupted. "The HOA has no jurisdiction here. You have no right to destroy property. Step back before things get legally complicated." She glared but hesitated. The bulldozer operator looked at me uncertainly. We should stop," he said. I nodded. "Good choice. Now, I suggest everyone leaves the property immediately. Any attempt to continue will be documented and prosecuted to the fullest extent." By that evening, the HOA received multiple certified notices, detailing the illegal destruction, trespassing, and potential civil and criminal liability. Karen tried to argue that they had authority, but the legal documentation made it clear. I am a federal agent, and my property is protected by federal law. The neighborhood quickly learned about the incident. News spread about the HOA bulldoze disaster, highlighting Karen's reckless actions and the board's complete misjudgment. Their credibility was shattered. Developers, neighbors, and local authorities alike were stunned by the audacity and the legal miscalculation. I didn't just stop there. I had additional security measures installed, cameras and signs marking the property lines clearly. Any future attempts at interference would be met with both legal and immediate practical resistance. The HOA, for their part, retreated, attempting to rewrite their rules, but without jurisdiction they had no power. Karen, humiliated and defeated, was forced to apologize publicly, acknowledging the illegal nature of their actions. The board faced scrutiny, and their authority within the community was permanently undermined. Walking through the property, surveying the land that had been almost destroyed, I felt a sense of satisfaction. The house remained intact, the property fully under my control, and the HOA had been put firmly in their place. In the end, the lesson was clear. Never underestimate the power of legal ownership, federal authority, and a calm but decisive response. Karen learned it the hard way, and the HOA learned that property belonging to a federal agent is not to be trifled with. Because when someone tries to bulldoze your land, and you know the law better than they know their rules, the outcome is both inevitable and utterly decisive.